Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a quick look outside our beautiful weather window from this afternoon. And how about this shot looking down from Wenatchee Heights, and it's our Sky-Fi tower camera. We call it the cross camera up on the heights, and it just brings us these fantastic shots. Blue sky mixed with a little bit of high wispy cloudiness and some medium level clouds also moving in. And that's all ahead of a storm system moving our way as we get into Saturday. As a matter of fact, we're going to cool down compared to what we've seen today. Once again, is a nice one with temperatures in the upper 60s. For Saturday then, a big change in our weather. Rain is likely throughout the day on Saturday with highs only in the upper 50s. A little bit better than on Sunday. Most of the rain will move to the east. Temperatures will stay cool in the low 60s. And then we'll be back to 60 to 70 degree weather with sunshine on both Monday and Tuesday. Much more weather headed your way a little bit later in the newscast. And now here are a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 27-year-old Quincy man is headed to federal prison after pleading guilty in a methamphetamine distribution scheme. The Wenatchee School Board could vote next week on whether to send its middle and high school students back to in-person classes. And 2 upcoming clinics aim to expand vaccination in Chelan County. But first, our top story tonight. A driver rear-ended a Wenatchee School District bus yesterday in Malaga, injuring 1 student as well as themselves. It happened on West Malaga Road about 12:15 p.m. School district spokeswoman Diana Haglund says the bus was fully stopped to pick up a student with its amber lights flashing when it was struck from behind. Haglund said the bus was carrying 6 students to afternoon classes at Pioneer Middle School. The injured student complained of back pain and was taken to Central Washington Hospital. Jason Reinfeld, the Chelan County Sheriff's Chief of Operations, said the car was a 2003 Buick LeSabre driven by a 73-year-old Malaga resident who was also taken by ambulance. Malaga Road was shut down at Riviera Boulevard for about 2 hours while the deputies and Washington State Patrol investigated that accident. A 27-year-old Quincy man is headed to federal prison after pleading guilty in a methamphetamine distribution scheme. Eusebio Alvaro Ruiz received an 11-year sentence from U.S. District Judge Stan Bastian in Yakima. Ruiz participated in a drive-by shooting in Moses Lake in January of 2020 to intimidate people who owed money to the drug organization. A subsequent investigation turned up several pounds of methamphetamine, several hundred fentanyl pills laced, also heroin and numerous stolen firearms and ammunition. Ruiz is a Mexican citizen. He will be deported after serving his prison sentence. The Wenatchee School Board could vote next week on whether to send its middle and high school students back to in-person classes. The board meets Tuesday to take up the matter. Elementary students are already back in classrooms full-time with an option to continue attending, while secondary students remain in a hybrid mix of classroom time and remote learning. Questions concerning social distancing, staff shortages, and the community spread of COVID-19 will weigh heavily on the discussions. Administrators say a vote Tuesday is not guaranteed, but one could take place. That meeting begins at 6 p.m. 2 upcoming clinics aim to expand vaccination in Chelan County. On Saturday, Columbia Valley Community Health hosts a vaccination event in Wenatchee aimed at 16 to 17-year-olds distributing the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. You can make appointments for that event by calling 662-6000. On Monday, the Chelan Douglas Health District repeats its vaccination event at the Chelan County Expo Center in Kashmir. That site will give up to 320 first doses of the 2-shot Moderna vaccine, which is only approved for recipients 18 and older. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call or register online by midnight on Sunday. Well, coming up next, 8th District Congressional Representative Kim Schreier used a committee meeting to push for expanded broadband internet to serve rural areas. Wildfire management in Washington will soon have a new funding source. And the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act passed the U.S. Senate 94-1 on Tuesday. It's aimed at crimes of violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
As our students return to learn, the need is great for all positions in the Wenatchee School District. Can you see yourself in these hallways? Or helping support students? Maybe you're an excellent office administrator or educator, or you have a love of sports. The Wenatchee School District is now hiring all levels of positions. You can make the difference in the life of a student and in your own life. Apply now at wenatcheeschools.org.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Welcome back. In another news, 8th District Congressional Representative Kim Schreier used a committee meeting to push for expanded broadband internet to serve rural areas. The Congresswoman plans to introduce a bill soon that would provide grants to state broadband offices to reach rural and underserved communities.
Broadband access is a critical issue in my district and in Washington state. In fact, my district has a lot of rural territory, and these areas do not have the same access to broadband as urban and exurban parts of the district, where there may be possibility that you can't afford it. In small Washington state communities, limited rural connectivity for both the internet and telephones means that residents and public agencies can't reliably hold meetings or meaningful public discussions. It creates a two-tiered system like we've been hearing about, where part of our country has access to everything, information, technology, jobs, and the rest is kind of left behind. And lack of broadband access has exacerbated a divide based on wealth or geography, or even between the haves and the have-nots. And the pandemic has made this digital divide even more transparent.
Wildfire management in Washington will soon have a new funding source. House Bill 1168 won final passage in the legislature on Thursday and now heads to Governor Jay Inslee's desk. Public Lands Commissioner Hillary Franz fought hard for the bill, which dedicates $125 million a year for battling wildland fires, restoring healthy forests, and improving community fire safety. The Department of Natural Resources has never had a continuous funding source for battling wildfires, and its helicopter fleet is in need of major updates. Last year was a historically destructive fire season in Washington. More than 812,000 acres and almost 300 homes were lost, and a toddler was killed. The COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act passed the U.S. Senate 94-1 on Tuesday. It's aimed at crimes of violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. The bill addresses the increase of such crimes amid the pandemic and now heads to the House. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell spoke in support.
My state, the state of Washington, has the 7th largest Asian American population and the 3rd largest Pacific Islander population in the nation. And like the rest of the United States, we have seen an increase in these incidents. In fact, in 2020, the state had the 3rd highest rate of hate crimes targeted against AAPI community members. That's why I am for getting a full slate of people over at the Department of Justice, including Kristen Clark, to deal with hate crimes. Why? Because my state is plagued by these issues, and we're not going to tolerate it. We are going to fight back and make sure that we have the infrastructure in place to recognize these things.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Pat Quinn Williams has been the leader of Wenatchee's annual Walk MS, a fundraising drive for research on multiple sclerosis for the last 25 years. In tonight's feature story, Pat tells NCWLIFE's Eric Granstrom that this will be her last year heading up the program. The walk is largely virtual for the second time due to the pandemic, but it's taking place Saturday, and Pat says there's still time to get involved.
Everyone in the state, all the walks in the state are going to do their virtual walk. And I know my team is getting together, and I've encouraged other teams to come out and walk anytime they want during that day.
Yeah, we've been used to the loop trail, and then now we've
Yes.
got to go back a couple years for the last time we actually were able to do that in person. That's still available for folks. Tell us how the whole thing is working this year.
Pretty much the same as always. You sign up and register, but one good thing about like this year and last year, you can have anyone in the country on your team. So if you have relatives or friends anywhere in the country, they can be on your team. They can walk wherever they want to walk and put their donations in on your team.
Is it too late, or can people still get involved?
You can still start. You can sign up the day of if you would like, and they're going to keep letting you turn in donations till June. I got involved because my husband has MS, and I wanted to figure out a way that I could help him and help get more people interested, because it is a disease that I know other people, we call it a silent disease. People don't wear it out on their chest. Hi, I have MS, guess what?
Yeah.
And because it's such a difficult disease to diagnose, you could talk to 10 different people and they would have 10 different sets of symptoms. And that's what makes it so difficult. And it is an autoimmune disease, and there's other autoimmune diseases that are close and similar. What's happening, and which is a good thing, is they're being able to diagnose sooner. They're finding now that there's teenagers that are being diagnosed with MS, that they're able to even do it starting younger than the 21. It used to always be 21 to 50 was the bad, and my husband was one of those that was diagnosed at 21.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday. Really no complaints weather-wise, that's for sure. 68, our unofficial high temperature today. That's down from 72 yesterday, but still awfully nice out there. 64 is our normal high temperature for this time of year. 43 was our low, and that's pretty much right on the mark for our low temperature normally. 42. Record high 87 hot degrees back in 2012, and our coldest record low was 30 degrees back in 1985. Sunrise 5:57, and the sun will set tonight at 8:02. Let's move forward now and take a look at what we expect as we get into Saturday. And I'll tell you what, I hope you enjoyed this nice weather this week, because we're in for some big changes as we get into Saturday. Look at these temperatures. It wasn't too long ago, we were talking upper 70s for a lot of us, and we'll barely make 60 tomorrow. In fact, Moses Lake probably the only city that will. Wenatchee 57, Eniat 57, and up in Omak, you too. A temperature tomorrow of 57 degrees, and that'll be about 7 degrees below normal. We're going to talk rain tomorrow too, but we'll get to that in a second. Tonight we can expect cloudy skies. That's because of this impending storm system. It's moving clouds in. Here's the big area of low pressure and the clouds moving into Washington State. There will be a little bit of shower activity, especially in western Washington tonight. And then by Saturday, all of us, the entire state, widespread rain showers. It's not going to be those heavy downpours or even big drops of rain. It's going to be more of that misty rain, but it will be wet on Saturday. And as we just showed you, much cooler too. Sunday, mostly cloudy. That's because that storm will still continue to move through and drag some clouds with it. We'll see some scattered showers mainly from the Cascades west and then maybe over in the Spokane area. But things get back to normal again then on Monday with mostly sunny skies. Temperatures basically lower 60s on Monday, and then we'll begin our warm up again as we get into the middle of the week. Tuesday, look at all the sunshine all up and down the west coast. High pressure beginning to build here. Here's the top of the ridge, and as that slides over us, we're going to continue that warm up right into Wednesday. Although we will see a few more clouds, this is actually called a dirty ridge, which means it will let a few clouds move through it, but it's still going to bring us warm weather with highs of about 70 on Wednesday. By the time we get to Thursday, I think even nicer than that. We're talking partly cloudy skies. High pressure still in control of our weather. It will be warmer with temperatures in the lower 70s. But here's our next weather maker. And by the time, we get into next weekend, we could be looking at a little more rain. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, 47 our overnight low. A rainy Saturday and a high of only 57 tomorrow. 62 Sunday, mostly sunny, and 65 on Monday. We'll stay with those mostly sunny skies on Tuesday and 67 degrees. Just a few clouds on Wednesday, but we're going to warm up a couple of ticks to 69 degrees. And then by the end of our forecast on Thursday, should be beautiful. Partly cloudy with a high temperature then of 72. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tamer.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE. My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers
were following Brian since Brian's automotive time?
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
A sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. If we've learned anything this season, you better not turn the TV off and give up on the Mariners. Seattle came through with 4 runs at the top of the 10th to beat Boston last night, 7-3. Red Sox starter Nick Pivetta had a no-hitter going in with 2 outs in the 6th, and Boston leading 2-0 when Ty France changed the entire momentum of the ball game.
Best chance the Mariners have had tonight. 2-2 to France. And to left field, it's over the glove of Franchi Cordero. Crawford is coming home. Mitch Haniger is steaming past third. Bogart's throw to the plate, slides in safe, and now France is caught in between after tying this game up at 2. No more for Nick Pivetta as the Mariners even the score.
So that's when Seattle's bullpen went to work, holding the game within reach as Vest, Sadler, Graveman, and Montero gave up just a run on 2 hits and struck out 6. After Boston went up 3-2 in the 7th on a wild pitch, J.P. Crawford tied it back up in the top of the 8th.
Red Sox have had base runners all around tonight. Back to the mound. Ottavino, Wild gets away from Devers. Haggerty's coming home. And a defensive miscue has tied this game at 3 in the 8th inning.
Well, Ottavino really struggling. Bunt right back to him. They had a play. He rushes the throw, throws it wide of third. Oh, he just rushed it. Tried to throw it 100 at him and no chance.
So the game would go to the 10th, tied at 3-3, when Sam Haggerty stepped up to the plate with Evan White at second base.
Clubbed into left field, and it's over the glove of Cordero again. Evan White trots home to score. Haggerty stings it to the base of the monster. He stands up at second, and with 1 out of the 10th inning, Sam Haggerty has put the Mariners in front 4-3.
2 batters later, Mitch Haniger stepped up with 2 on and 2 out.
Haniger out towards the triangle, out towards the short wall. Mitch Haniger, goodbye, gone, home run. What a bomb in the 10th. It comes with 2 men aboard, and all of a sudden the Mariners have blown the doors off of Fenway. It's 7-3.
Haniger says this team, no matter how far they get down or whatever the scoreboard reads, just never gives up.
Everyone just keep fighting. You know, everyone believes that we still have a chance. We've got a couple guys on, big swing of the bat, you know, can change the whole game, especially when you're playing one-run ball game and, you know, it was 2-0 for a little bit, and then, you know, they went up 3-2, and, you know, you're always in it. When it's only that many runs ahead of you, you feel like you're always in it, and it doesn't matter how many hits you have on the board. You know, especially once you get the starter out, if he's been dealing and guys haven't had good at bats on him, you feel like it's your time to strike. So yeah, it's definitely been the mentality. Just keep fighting.
Manager Scott Service says to credit the bullpen for another strong outing and highlighted the play of Sam Haggerty for coming through in the clutch.
A lot of good at bats late in the game. Like I said, we struggled to get much going early in the ball game, but late in the game, I thought the guys did a nice job. Not a lot of hits, but creating some traffic with a few walks, and then some really clutch hitting with guys in scoring position. But none bigger than Haggerty's. You know, you're sitting there all night. The temperature is about 40 degrees here, windy. Get out in the ball game. Big stolen base to create some havoc there in the 8th inning, and then, you know, the big knock in the 10th before Haney's 3-run homer. So great ball game. We got a lot of confidence growing with this club, and it's a fun group to be around right now.
Seattle and Boston are at it again today. Yusei Kikuchi going up against Martin Perez. Now, the only other game in the American League West Thursday saw Houston beat the Angels 8-2. Alex Bregman went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, while Carlos Carrera had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and scored 3 times. Seattle and Oakland are atop the division at 12-7. Los Angeles 2 games back at 9-8. Well, it's going to be a busy weekend of racing at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval over the next 3 days, with a car count reaching in the 130s. After practice today, tomorrow is day 1 of the 51st year celebration with the Knudsen General Contracting Pro Late Model 100 and Northwest Legends Nationals. Scheduled to race are the Jerry's Auto Supply Pro Late Models in a 100-lap main event, Plum Perfect Roadrunners, Bandoleros, and the Tri-State Legends. Then on Sunday, the Northwest Super Late Models will compete in the Leonard Evans 150. Also on Sunday, the Mountain Dew Junior Late Models, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning Thunder Cars, and Tri-State Legends all will race. Gates open at the track tomorrow at 2, racing at 3:30. Sunday's schedule has the gates opening at noon, racing at 1:30. Go to WVSO.com for more information on tickets. Well, we have a baseball doubleheader forecast for you tomorrow, along with maybe a little rain here on the NCW Life channel. Eastmont hosts Wenatchee in the first of a twin bill at 11 o'clock. We'll have it streamed live on our Facebook page, but delay the broadcast on TV until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Weekend of prep baseball actually gets underway today. Okanagan is hosting ACH. Casimir's at Omak. Freda is hosting Cascade. Tonasket traveling to Lake Roosevelt tomorrow. Brewster plays at Moses Lake. Chelan hosts Quincy, and Liberty Bell travels to Royal. Waterville Mansfield scheduled to host Pateras at 3 o'clock. Softball doubleheader weekend getting underway today. Cascade visiting Omak. Lake Roosevelt entertaining Tonasket. Tomorrow, Wenatchee plays at Warden. Freda hosts Moses Lake. Quincy plays at Casimir. The Eastmont JV takes on Manson. Brewster is at Oroville. Pateras travels to Elmira Cooley Heartline. All those game times tomorrow set at 11 o'clock in the morning. On the pitch today, Brewster's hosting Cascade while Wenatchee's playing at Royal. The 11 o'clock games tomorrow have Eastmont at Walluk, Chelan's hosting Quincy, Oroville at Okanagan, Bridgeport taking on Tonasket, Ephrata visits Manson, and then at 6 it's Casimir hosting Moses Lake. Also some tennis on tap for tomorrow with Wenatchee hosting Chelan at 9 o'clock in the morning, followed by Quincy at 2. Eastmont welcomes Chelan at 2, and Moses Lake plays at Cascade also at 2 o'clock. Well, things didn't go as planned for the Wenatchee Valley softball team in its doubleheader against Walla Walla yesterday. The visitors swept the Knights 11-4 and 12-11. The men's basketball team is hosting Yakima Valley today, and then soccer welcomes North Idaho tomorrow at noon. That's a look at sports. Have a great weekend. Be safe and sane. We'll see you at baseball tomorrow or just Monday back here. Grant, back to you.
Coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. Join me on Mondays, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the last Monday in the month of April. This year is flying by. We'll have highlights from Wenatchee and Eastmont baseball. They're going to get some baseball in rain or no rain. We're going to have that for you on our Facebook page live tomorrow at 11 a.m. and on television at 1 o'clock. So look forward to some sports highlights. We'll have whatever news happened over the weekend for you as well, that all-important weather forecast, everything you need to start the last week in April, which is Monday. And I will be here, live and local, at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.